Hi guys, here's some animes to watch this summer. It's not in any order, and there's a bunch of different genres for people to choose. Now, I do have an honorable mention, Berserk, and as you know, the creator of Berserk, Muara Kentaro, passed away. He had a lot of projects he had worked on, and it culminated to the series of Berserk. A brief summary is a former mercenary named Guts is out for revenge when he found someone to trust in, and he takes everything that is important away from him. Guts is marked for death, where demons actually start to chase him down. He sets a quest to kill the one who took everything away from him, who stripped him of his humanity and stripped his loved one of humanity. This is an honorable mention because the animes out there are okay, but the story makes it worthwhile to watch and read. The manga is fantastic. The work he made in this series is fantastic. Just by 3 chapters alone, he created a story that was very emotional. Like chapters 328 to 330 is a sub-story of one of the adventures from Guts' past, and he created such a good emotional story through just 3 chapters. If anything, I fully recommend both watching whatever animes that you can find and the manga. Number 1 is Air Master. Air Master is a series that came out in '03 that is a rarity even by today's standards. It's a fighting anime that focuses on a female gymnastic named Maki, who gets into street fighting. She's so good and lives for street fighting that people have called her the Air Master. Now, if you like Baki, you'll love Air Master, because Air Master has actual personality in their characters, unlike Baki, where it's mostly just they feel confident in their fighting ability. Another thing is that the romance that they have in this is very slight. It's only just a side story. And there's a male and female rival, which you rarely see nowadays. The big thing for me and why I enjoy this is that the fights are not slowed down. They fight in real time, pretty much. There's not really a lot of talking. There's no flashbacks that stop the fight. There's no real slowdown for a 15-minute conversation in the fights. That's the one big thing I really enjoy about this series. Number 2, I shaved, then I brought a high school girl home. This is about an office worker, Yoshida, who's on his way home when he discovers a runaway high school girl named Seiyu, sitting outside alone. They end up living together without anything sexual going on. Through the series, you're going to see a lot of characters and a lot of development with these characters. This series mostly focuses on Seiyu's issues, about why she ran away, what she had to go through until she met Yoshida, and their codependency on each other. The big difference in this series for me is that a lot of the characters that know about Seiyu and are in love with Yoshida don't try to make Seiyu feel bad or make her run away again. They actually are caring people that give her advice instead of running away from her demons and continually running away to confront them and to try and work through them. Now, this is a very good series. It came out very recently. It has fantastic animation, fantastic characters. I recommend watching it. Number 3, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord series. This anime came out in 2018 with another season of Demon Lord Omega coming out in 2021. It's an isekai anime that follows a shut-in that gets transported as his gaming character. Unlike the Overlord series that you hear about, this series mostly focuses on comedy and harems. The big issue I have with this series that's more comical is the jiggle physics. It's too much for me. But overall, the comedy is very good, the animation is fantastic, the character you kind of relate to in his social awkwardness when talking to people, and the action is pretty good. So I definitely recommend watching this. Number 4, Uzakichan Wants to Hang Out. Uzakichan Wants to Hang Out, the anime came out in 2020. It's a slice of life romance. This series follows Sakurai, who's a college student, who bumped into his old classmate, Uzaki. It shows the different hangouts and situations they get into while teasing each other. It's a nice, refreshing series because the characters act more mature and less obnoxious because they're a little bit older and in a different setting. Plus, it's not just one person ribbing another person. Unlike some series, they both tease each other. No one is teasing each other to the point of crying. They give actual real life experience of what you would face as a college student. Maybe your first time getting a hangover, or your first time getting a job, and this and that. So this one is very unique in that it feels more mature in a way, and it actually has some experiences that you'll feel when you get older. Number 6, King and Ashura. King Ashura is for people that just enjoy a pure fighting anime, not much character development or personality. This anime series is focused on just a tournament and that's it. There's many types of styles in this series that are taken from real life martial arts, and they go over it quite a bit. The animation is of a newer style that Netflix is kind of going with that honestly is not bad. It has some minor comedy in it, which is really enjoyable. The fights themselves are always a fantastic thing to watch. It also has some of the most intense, memorable moments that I can think of when it comes to a fighting anime. Number 7, Guadamote. Guadamote is a series that came out in 2013, and not only I relate to, but many others would too. The MC Kuroki is a socially awkward person who is fresh in high school and knows that she doesn't have any friends. In fact, she hasn't really talked to anybody since she came to this school. What makes this series so different from the rest of the genres is that this isn't a romance story, or it's not even a person that just needs a makeover. It's about this girl's pessimistic, awkward, dirty-minded tendencies and her high school life. It's got that really relatable situations that make you laugh and slightly cringe. It's one of the few series that I always keep coming back to just to watch. Number 8, Welcome to the NHK. This series came out in 2006 and follows a recluse named Sato, and how his life unravels when people come into it and help him out. This is similar to Guadamote, but it's definitely more in an adultish setting. It's a comedy and a drama. From beginning to end, it's super relatable and really enjoyable. What makes this show so unique is that it shows the mental standpoint of what a person who is either a recluse or anxiety kind of has. The feeling of being watched, the feeling of being made fun of, and the general distrust you feel around people. This is honestly one of my favorite animes to ever watch. I always watch it at least once a year. Number 9, Mushoko Tenside, Jobless Reincarnation. This is an isekai anime that came out in 2021. The story follows a 30-year-old Shodan, reborn as Rudius Greyrat in another world. He remembers his old life and decides to take a chance on this new life to finally live. This series has more adult-ish content in it. They put in 2 different types of animation. One for the old world where he lived, and one for the new world which he now lives. The old world has more of a Kill Bill type of animation style. The new world has a current animation style we usually see. It also shows the MC growing up, from a little baby to a small child. He also displays a more mature, dignified manner. And it's also saying that you don't forget that he is a 30-year-old in a kid's body, which the anime brings up quite a bit. Plus, the series doesn't make the MC overpowered, but more like an advanced learner through hard work. But he still has a lot left to learn. He can still lose practically to a lot of people, and not by some just overpowered god. He's still a kid that can be beat. What makes this anime even more unique is that this series really opens up the world around them. It creates details, and it makes sure that the MC doesn't have to actually just be there for the world to expand. It's told through either people telling him about countries or him reading about it and creating details from them. So that's my list. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Comment down below, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are, and I will see you in the next video.